All, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, whose name in the Hebrew is Hamashiach Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, right? And we are the Service Assembly of Alabama, right? So what we do, we come here to wake up you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and tell y'all that you are the chosen people of the Most High God. And the Most High God has chosen you to be a special people unto Himself, right? So we're going to start this lesson off with Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
Say what?
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
Right, so we're not out here for any vainglory. We don't want any money from you. Right, the Spirit of Yhwh is on us to teach you and tell you the gospel, right? Because we think that the gospel is for everybody, right? The gospel is for those that are lost, right? For those that are in the prison houses, for those that are homeless, for those that are being shot down dead in the street. That's who the gospel is for. I ain't never seen the murderer and the murder go to the same place at the same time. The Most High is not a God of confusion. The Most High is a just God. You get what you deserve. And all the so-called white folks is going into captivity. And they will be destroyed according to the Bible. Right? Read.
Because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Do what?
Preach good tidings unto the meek.
Right, so the Most High has anointed us to preach good tidings, man. Right? What is good tidings? That's the good news, right? Go ahead.
He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
To do what?
To bind up the brokenhearted.
So He has sent us out here on Ann Street in Spring Hill to wake up the brokenhearted. Right? To heal the wounded. You know, a lot of us out here is on drugs, man. And jammed up pretty bad, man. The Most High has sent us to bring good tidings. The good tidings is, this ain't our rest. The so-called white man has put drugs in our neighborhood. Right? Caused us to whore out our women. They stealing our children. Right? Salakia, go ahead. Salakia, Israel, the sun kind of hot out here. We picked the wrong place to stand up. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to do it right here. Y'all bear with us. Right? Bring that out.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
What the Lord say?
For this is not your rest.
So the Lord say, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So that doesn't mean to get up and rise and go to California. I don't mean get up and rise and go to Atlanta. It means get up through the Spirit and rise and get away from these wicked people, man. Get away from the so-called white man, woman, and child. Get away from these other nations. Stop acting like a nigga. You understand? Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep the dietary laws, right? Because it's a contract that we broke with the Most High. There's a blood contract that we broke with the Most High. Another word for covenant is contract. The reason why we at the bottom of the market, the reason why we getting shot down dead in the street, the reason why it seems like you work every day and then you don't get nothing, you don't earn nothing, right? The reason why our children is going nuts, they think they older than us. They run in the house, they think they running something. It's because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. There was a time when we were kings and queens on this earth. Kings and princesses, Salakia, because there's no queens in Israel. You understand? There was a time that we ruled. We ruled in Europe in the Dark Ages. The so-called white man ain't going to tell you that we ruled in Europe. They're not going to tell you that we was kings and princesses in in Europe. Before we were snatched and brought over here on cargo slave ships, stripped from our identity, stripped from all our gold, all our silver, all our diamonds, huh? And they broke us down, man. Right? And now they done took our place. Now they in Europe acting like they us. Do your history. This is the reason why we down, because we don't do our history. History would tell you that Shakespeare was a black man. Beethoven was a black man. What? King James was a black man. His mama was a black woman. That's what your history will tell you. But you don't read. They say if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Because we don't read, man. We go to church and listen to Pastor Porkchop tell us lies all day. All day long. Then when you go to ask him a question, he act like he ain't got the answer. Well, we here to tell you that we got the answers. If anybody out there that thirsts for the word and they want to know the answers, we got the answers. And we ain't afraid to show it. We're not gonna hide our light under a bushel. We gonna shine out in these streets, man. We gonna tell the so-called white man in his face that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's what we do. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible, right? So let me get Deuteronomy 15:15. Let's talk about this blood contract, man. We made a blood contract with the Lord. We made a blood contract with Moses when he brought us out of Egypt. Right? Well, you got it?
I got it.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15 and verse 15. And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in thy land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee.
Yeah, what?
The Lord thy God redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today. Verse 16. And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee in thy house, because he is well with thee. Verse 17. Then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear unto the door.
Right, so we made a covenant with the Lord, right? We made a covenant that we said we was going to do this thing. He asked us to remember that we are the people that was brought out of Egypt. You understand? We the ones that was held captive by the Egyptians. We're not Egyptians, man. We ain't no Egyptians. Start walking around with these unks on your neck, man. We the children of Israel. We was in captivity under the Egyptians. You understand? And the Most High brought us out of that captivity by Moses parting the Red Sea. And we were supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Let me get Deuteronomy 8 and 6. We were supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments that we broke. That was a contract that we broke. And that's why we got to deal with this right now to this day. Bring it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 6. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord.
We shall do what?
Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God. Verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasten his son, so the Lord thy God chasten thee.
Right, so as a man chasten his son, that's the way the Lord chasten us, man. Any real man will tell you that, hey, if your kid get out of line, you're going to put a belt on their ass, man. Right? That's a problem now. We don't really chastise our children no more. These kids rise up on us like they something big, man. Well, hold up, little brother, you my son. Hold on, wait a minute now. But the Most High said the same way that a man chastened his son, that's the same way that he's going to chasten the children of Israel. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his way.
To do what?
To walk in his way.
To do what you want to do.
To walk in his ways.
To be a nigga.
To walk in his ways. And to fear him. Verse 7. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brook, of water, of fountains, and depths that spring out of valleys and hills.
Right, so that's where we're supposed to go physically and spiritually. We're supposed to be in a place where springs come out of the ground, man. Right? to where the sun always shining, right? To where we keeping the commandments, things is okay with us. We not being shot down dead in the street. The Most High calls heaven rulership. Rulership is heaven, right? Rulership is paradise. When you're ruling, you're not being taxed every damn time. You get taxed on top of your tax. That's paradise. That's heaven, right? But we're being what? We're being taxed. We're being oppressed 24/7 because we ain't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Start that from the top again, all 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 6. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him.
Right. How do you fear the Lord? What is fear of the Lord? That's when you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Because if you fear your father, you fear your mother, you're gonna do what they ask you to do, right? So it's the same thing. Don't listen to your pork chop pastor feeding you damn hog moss and damn damn chitlins, man, right? Because he's not gonna tell you to do the right. He's gonna tell you just to do what the hell you want to do.
Right, yep.
Freak off, but just believe. Believe in what? He ain't even gonna tell you what to believe in, just believe. Well, what do I believe in? Keep the commandments. What commandment? Love the Lord. How do you love the Lord? Give me 1 John 5 and 3. Give me 1 John 5 and 3. But this is how you love the Lord. This dude, your pastor gives you answers, open-ended answers, man. You ask him a direct question, he give you an open-ended answer. Hell, that answer could fit anything. But he doesn't go, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. He won't go in the Bible and teach it to you. He won't go in the Bible to tell you who you are according to the Bible. He won't tell you that you're the greatest goddamn thing walking the earth, man. He won't tell you that your melanated skin is the best thing in the world. He won't tell you those things. He gonna tell you a nigga and leave your wife here so he could deal with her. That's what he gonna tell you. He gonna deal with your wife, man. Huh? He looking at your children because he's a wicked wolf, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Okay, so this is the love of God, right? Go ahead.
That we keep his commandment.
No, that we just believe.
That we keep his commandment.
No, that we just do what we want to do until we get ready to die, then we just say sorry.
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not hard to do. It's not hard to love your brother, man. It's not hard to not shoot at your brother and kill your brother, man. It's not hard to love your mama. It ain't hard to love your father. It ain't hard to remove them pork chops and bacon off your plate. It's not hard to do that. It's not hard to keep your beard and let your beard grow on your face so that you can show yourself a man. You can gird your loins up like a man. Don't you understand by shaving your hair on your face, you put yourself in a boy's position? How do you tell the difference between a male lion and a female lion? Because when they both born, though, neither one of them got no mane. Right? They look exactly the same, right? So what separates those two lions when that man grows into his manhood?
Beard.
That beard. That mane. Y'all walking around looking like damn baby bot, man. Looking like damn Botsy twins, man. Wicked as hell. You know, I mean, look. You know, we let these other nations, we let the Europeans, man, we let them sun us all day and boy us all day, man. Hey, we the men of the Lord, man. We the best thing smoking, man.
Damn right.
Okay?
Damn right.
Go ahead. Give me second address 2-on-1, Salaki. We the best thing walking on the earth, man. Who jump out the gym? Who the best basketball players? Who the best football players? Let's talk about this thing, because this stuff, hey, we're afraid to big ourselves up. And we're afraid to love ourselves. We're afraid to tell ourselves the truth. And when you tell yourself the truth, we are the best thing that's walking on this earth, bar none, hands down.
Damn right. God.
Can't nobody mess with us. Okay? Stop downing yourself to big somebody else up, man. See, we can stand out here in the sun and sweat all day. We ain't got to worry about no damn pH 5, no damn damn cream on your nose. You're ducking and dodging the sun all day like damn Sonic the Hedgehog. We can stand out in this sun because the Most High made this sun for us. He made this vitamin D for us. Stop playing with yourself. Okay? Bring that out.
This is the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 2 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith who?
Thus saith the Lord. I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandment.
What did he give us?
My commandment.
The Most High brought us out of bondage and he gave us his commandments. Not your pastor's commandments. Not what you want to do. He gave you his commandments. Go ahead.
By men servants, the prophets.
Who?
Men servants, the prophets, whom they would not hear.
And look, y'all, we wouldn't hear it, man. We wouldn't hear the Most High when he said to stop committing adultery, man. Stop sleeping with your best friends or your brother's wives, man. Right? We wouldn't listen to that thing. Stop keeping idols, man. We kept the idols of the Philistines. We kept the idols of the Amalekites. We kept the idols of Moab. We kept the idols of Ashkelon. We kept all their idols. We didn't do nothing that the Most High said. After he had Moses to part the Red Sea to bring us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Whom they would not hear, but despise my counsel.
We do what?
Despise my counsel.
And we say we can't keep the commandments. We hate the Lord's commandments. Every time, hey, what did your pastor tell you? Oh, we wasn't able to keep the commandments. So the Most High sent this son down here to die for us, so we don't got to do nothing but be niggas. That don't make no sense. Why would he send his son to tell you to do nothing? Just do nothing. He gonna send his son to contradict his own word, or he gonna send his son to induce and inflict his own word? He sent them to double down on it. The only thing different is that we don't have to die like we was getting killed. We don't have to worry about sacrificing oxen and goats and all these different things, because Hamashiach Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he was our sacrifice now. He's the ultimate sacrifice. He's the lamb without blemish. All us got blemishes on us, man. Stop listening to your wicked pork chop eating pastor, man. Sitting there telling you that you don't have to do nothing but be a nigger or be a thot. Or be a whoremonger or be a damn whoremongering woman. He don't tell you what you need to do to get salvation, because he ain't gonna get it. Go ahead.
The mother that bare them saith unto them, Go your way, ye children, for I am a widow and forsaken. I brought you up with gladness, but with sorrow and heaviness I have lost you.
Right, so with sorrow and heaviness, stop right there. Give me Nehemiah 10 and 29. Right? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, the Most High is like a widow, man. Right? He brought us up, and with sorrowness, he has to whoop our behinds now. With sorrowness in his heart, he had to bring us into captivity. He had to bring us across the seas. He had to bring us from the west coast of Africa into a land that we didn't know. A land that we never seen before. A land that wasn't flowing with milk and honey. A land to be afflicted by a people that's less than us. Think about that, okay? We were sent to be afflicted by people that's more feeble than we is, man. Because they can't do this, they can't do that thing now. They can't do it today. So what made us so docile that we was able to allow them to bring us over here on cargo slave ships? Because the Most High put the spirit of docileness in us so that we could be brought over here. I'll put any one of you brothers up against any so-called white man any day. I put my people up against their people all day, every day. Thus saith the Lord. Right?
It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 29. They clave to their brethren, their nobles, and enter into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law.
Okay, so the oath was to walk in God's law. That was the oath that we took when we was coming out of Egypt, when we parted the Red Sea. We took an oath that we was going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Go ahead.
Which was given by Moses, the servant of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord, our Lord, and his judgments and his statutes. Verse 30. And that we would not give our daughters unto the people of the land.
Right, because, hey, look, as soon as we got into the land of Canaan, we started giving our daughters to the Canaanites, man, which is the Africans, man. That's another thing. We are not Africans, okay? We're not from Africa. We're from Jerusalem, which is in North Africa, but we are not a Hamite. Africans are Hamites. We're Shemites. We're Shemitic people. We're not a Hamitic people. We're Shemitic. You ain't hear Kyrie Irving say that he was a Shemite? He said, "How the hell can I be anti-Semitic when I am Semitic? How could we be anti-Semitic if we come from Shem? That don't make no damn sense." But you let these damn so-called Jewish folks, these so-called white folks tell you lies all day. All day long, man. We've been getting lulled to sleep like a damn baby in a rocking chair. As soon as they kill one of us, we get hyped, and then we start marching, and then we damn have a barbecue. And then we go right back to sleep. We have to stay on that thing, man. We have to stay, you know what I'm saying? But we have to stay there. We don't have to be keeping rocked to sleep all damn day long. Go ahead, what you got?
Nor take their daughters for our sons. Verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year in the exacts of every debt.
Right, because right now is the Sabbath day. Saturday is the day of the Sabbath. It's the day of rest. You ain't supposed to buy or sell or do nothing. Negroes all up and down the block going in and out of gas stations, getting cold beers, pack of damn Newport shorts in a box, buying all that nasty food from the Chinese man, okay, eating rats, cats, chickens, and damn dogs, man. All our people right now is breaking the Sabbath, man, because you let your pork chop eating pastor tell you that the Sabbath day was Sunday. You see how we're being destroyed from the inside out. And that's why brothers out here on this Shabbat, well, we could be resting, but we out here to tell our people to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And keep the commandments of the Most High because we love you. We not out here because we hate you. We out here because we love you, man. You understand? Right? So let me get Exodus 24 and 8 real quick. So that blood contract that the Most High made with us is the reason why we going through what we going through right now. You broke that thing. Right? Let me know when you got it. Bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, and verse 8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, and verse 1. And he said unto Moses, come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, the thou and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh. Neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments And all the people answered with one voice and said,
and you know, when Moses came to us and he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, we answered with one word. And what did we say?
all the words which the Lord have said, we will do.
What did we say? What did we say we would do?
All the words of the Lord. Salakia, all the words which the Lord have said, we will do.
Right, so that's where the contract was. That's why we made that contract. When we said we was going to do everything that the Most High said, that was the contract that we kept. And it's also the contract that we broke. Right? What was that? That was 8?
No, that was 8, 24, and 3.
Okay, 3.
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and built it in the altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, so he made 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel, who you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans represent. We represent the 12 tribes of Israel. If your father was brought over here on cargo slave ships, you're most likely from the tribe of Judah. Give me Hebrews 7 and 14 real quick, hold that. Because there's another man that walked this earth that's also from the tribe of Judah. Not the tribe of nigger, the tribe of Judah. Okay? There was another man that was also from the tribe of Judah that's in your house right now. Sitting up on your wall looking like John Travolta. Looking like damn Marilyn Manson or Ozzy Osbourne. There's a man that's on your granny wall that you got to look at every time you go there to get $1 from granny. And she'll never take that picture down off the wall. But this man was from the tribe of Judah just like you. Eh?
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident.
So when it says it is evident, that means that's for damn sure, right? That means there ain't no way around it, right? Read.
That our Lord,
Who's Lord?
our Lord,
Why is that possessive? Why is he saying our Lord? I thought he was the Lord of everybody. I thought he was the Lord of the Chinese man, the white man, and every other damn thing walking the earth. But the Bible said this is our Lord, right? Read.
which sprang out of Judah,
Sprang out of what?
which sprang out of Judah.
So Yahweh, who y'all call Jesus Christ, he sprung out of the tribe of Judah. So what does that tell you? Real quick, give me Revelations 1 and 13. Because John Travolta's sitting up in your house right now. And your grandma won't let you take that picture down. She'll kill you if you try to take that picture down. Y'all worshiping a white man by the name of Cesare Borgia. He's the son of the 6th Pope of Rome. Okay? He killed his brother-in-law so that he could have sex with his sister. With his own sister. And he was a pedophile. Okay? This is who you representing when you looking at that wall. You looking at the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. Go ahead.
13.
So let's find out for those who forgot how Jesus Christ looked according to the Bible, which also comes out of the tribe of Judah, the same way that y'all come out of the tribe of Judah. Read.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. This is the book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Mashiach.
Right, so the revelation don't mean that a big meteor finna come from the sky and destroy everything. That's not what. See, we get scared when we hear revelation. You know what I'm saying? Revelation just means to reveal. That's all it means. You're just revealing something. And it's not revelations, it's revelation. It's just to reveal one thing, right? So this book is revealing how Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, how he really looked, right? According to the prophet John, during the vision that God, Yahweh, gave John, right? Go ahead.
It's The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Right, so the Son of Man is another name for Jesus Christ. So he had a garment down to his foot, kind of similar to mine, but further down. Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
Right, so when we went to war or we was getting ready to go to war, we would have a girdle. We have a girdle around our waist to keep our garment up. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
And his what?
And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, so the hair on top of his head and the hair on his face was white like wool. Right? So it was the texture of wool. Now it's going to give you the color that it was. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
Nah, it was brown. Yeah. So the hair on his head was woolly and the hair on his face was woolly. Read that again.
And his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right, because Yhwh, hey, he drunk wine, man. You know what I'm saying? His eyes was red like somebody that's drinking wine. Like Uncle Charles that be in front of the damn liquor store. His eyes was red because he in the Bible they called him a wine bibber, man. You know, but he didn't drink to get drunk, but he drunk to be merry. The scriptures say that wine to a man is greater than gold sometimes. Right? But it's how you deal with it. You don't sit around and drink all day and fuss and fight people all damn day long. Right? You drink to be merry, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine bread.
And his what?
And his feet like unto fine bread.
So your feet will represent the rest of your body. So his feet was unto fine brass. What's the color of brass? Brown. Right? So now that automatically excludes the so-called white man from looking like Christ just from that. He had woolly hair, white as snow, just like Uncle Charles at the grocery store, just like Uncle Charles from right there at Quick Pick, just like Uncle Charles right up there at the gas station. He looked just like us. He was brown. But how brown was he? How brown was Christ? Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if it what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
This man was crisp. This man was so dark, it looked like he was burned in a furnace. You burn anything in the furnace, what color is it going to come out? Black, right? So you just sat there and let the so-called white man lie to you, man, for over 500 or 600 years. And even when you get this information, you just throw it up, you just throw it over your shoulder like you didn't hear it. And we got to rise in these last days, man. Ain't you tired of being shot down dead in the street? Ain't you tired of not knowing where your children is? Damn white man come stealing your damn kids, putting them in vans, taking them to all kind of islands. You ain't gonna never see them again. You can't fight that. You ain't powerful enough to fight that, but you'll fight each other. We got to stop fighting each other, man, and start getting on the team of the Lord, man. We got to get on the same team. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. That's the only way we're going to come out of this, man. We can't go every day like we forgot what's going on. The Lord said, don't never forget the children of Edom. The children of Edom is the so-called white man according to the Bible. Out of the lineage of Esau. They come from the bloodline of Esau. They're not white, they're red. They're red like a damn red dog. Where I just had you at? Had you at Exodus 24, right? Fine. Exodus 24 and 8, man. So once again, yeah, we out here to teach, to wake you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans up, to tell you that you are the chosen people of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Read it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words. Verse 9. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel,
Right. So that blood that Moses splashed on us was that blood contract that we made with the Lord. So the only way to get over a blood contract is over blood. Blood is the only way, right? Death, right? That's the only way to cleanse. It's two ways to cleanse blood. One is water and one is fire. The first time it was water, this time it's going to be fire, man. Right? Because we made a covenant with the Most High that we done broke, right? Now another thing, right? That same blood had to be shed a second time. But that second time was Jesus the Christ, who the word isn't because Jesus the Christ, whose name is Yhwh. He was that blood sacrifice so that we wouldn't be killed automatically when we break the law, statutes, and commandments. But the Bible also speaks of because judgment is not expediently given to us, we're fully set in our heart to do evil. Because we're walking around here breaking the Sabbath, committing adultery, being whores and harlots and whoremongers, right? Doing all levels of wickedness, shooting your brothers down dead in the street 24/7, 365 days a year, right? And we're not getting put to death immediately. The Most High, back in the day when you would do something, he would kill you the same day. You'll be stoned to death, right? So what did Yhwh give us? What did Jesus Christ give us? He gave us grace. Now, grace don't mean you can do whatever the hell you want to. Grace just means a time period. Just like the car lot say he gonna give you a grace period. That's the same thing. That's the same thing that Christ gave us. He gave us a grace period. That means to find yourself, be woken up. When you hear brothers come out and teach, come out and listen, right? So that you can come out of this sleep that we in right now. Because we sleep, right? And just like somebody sleep, they don't like to be woke up, right? A lot of times brothers come out and teach, brothers don't want to hear that because they sleep. They don't like to be woke up. But the Most High, he commended us to come out here and teach our people, man. Who better to teach our people than our own people? Who better to teach? Somebody that grew up around here. I lived around here. So this ain't nothing new, right? Got a precept? Bring that out.
The book of Matthew chapter 25 and verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
And the door was what?
And the door was shut.
Right, and the bridegroom, that's a Mashiach Yhwh, man. Y'all gonna mess around and let that door shut behind you, man. That grace that the Most High gave you, that thing, man, you don't know how much grace you got right now. You sitting up here thinking you got all this grace, and then the Most High come and take you up out of this thing. You'll be put to death in an instant. The Most High don't play. Stop thinking that Satan do all this work, man. Okay? Job 1:6 will tell you that Satan come to see the Most High the same time the angels do. So while you out here being wicked, the Most High, he'll send a death angel down here, man. Stop thinking that it's all good. The Most High is a God of balance. He's everything. He ain't just good or just bad. He's everything. And he controls everything, life and death. Hey, Satan ain't got no power over the Lord. Right? Got to get that? Let me do Deuteronomy 26 and 16 real quick. Hold that real quick. Right? 26 and 16. Come on. Slack, Israel. Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse 16. This day of the Lord thy God have commanded thee to do
28 and 16. Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Slack.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Right, so these are some of the curses that we was going to go through for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Now let's see if this fit anybody else. Let's see if this fit the Chinese man or the white man. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Right, so who's cursed in the city? Didn't we just get to talking about that? Who's cursed in the city? Who doesn't know whether they gonna die or be put to death when the police get behind you? When the police get behind you, who more scared than the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man? Huh? We can talk all this thing, but when the police get behind you, you don't know. You really don't know what's gonna happen, man. Let's just be straight up and honest, man. They can kill you whenever they feel like it and get away with it. But the Bible, Deuteronomy 28:16, says that we'll be cursed in the city. Our kids are getting slaughtered every day in the street by other children. Our children are coming up missing. You look on Facebook and Instagram, how many times can we share all of our kids that's coming up missing, man? This is the direct curse for us, man. This ain't for everybody else. This is us. The heck, can you read?
Curse shall I be in the city, and curse shall I be in the field.
Curse shall be in the what?
Curse shall I be in the field.
And who was cursed in the fields, man? Was the Chinese man cursed in the fields? Was the white man cursed in the fields? Who was the only one out there picking cotton from sun up to sun up, man? Who was the only ones out there having 3 and 5 year old children out there picking cotton, man? From sun up to sun up. Huh? Who's the ones out there building the train tracks and building all these different things that we value today? Huh? You ever heard of a ditch? Y'all think a ditch is just something that catch rainwater. To ditch something means to leave it. I'll say it again. To ditch something means to leave it. When we got through on them train tracks and one of us fell out and died, they would kick you into that goddamn ditch and leave you right there and continue building that train track. So when you pass by a ditch, understand that ditch, it don't only catch rainwater, it catch blood too. Catch bodies, man. Stop thinking that this ain't no fairy tale, man. This Bible ain't no fairy tale, man. This is prophecy that was going to happen to us. You read, King.
Curse shall thy basket and thy store.
Right, so curse shall be thy basket and curse shall be thy store, man. Financially, we're cursed, man. You know what I'm saying? We may have one or two of us that got a couple of $1 million or a couple of $1,000. But us as a whole people, us as a nation of people, we the lowest on the earth. We the brokest goddamn thing walking on the earth, man. Wishing and hoping all day. Wishing, man, I sure wish I could get that purse. I sure wish I could get that Fendi purse. Them new J's come out. You about to spend all your money on them new J's when you know you can get some damn food for the house, man. These are things that we curse by, man. Because we used to wearing gold and wearing diamonds and chains. So we grab these things as if we're supposed to have it. Yeah, we're supposed to have it. But we under these curses, we don't have nothing. We make the least money, but we spend more than every other nation on this earth. That does not make sense. You can't have everything. Feed your family, man. Make sure you got some food in the house, the lights on. If you gonna drink, go to the store, grab you a case at the end of the week and sit it in the refrigerator, man. You can't have it all. This is not our rest. Our rest is Jerusalem, man. This is not our rest, man. This ain't it, man. Like the young folks say that ain't it. That ain't it, man. Being a wicked Negro ain't it. Being a wicked Eve, that's not it, man. The thing that's it is coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what it is. Keep reading.
Curse shall thy fruit of the body.
So what does the Most High mean when he say curse shall be the fruit of your body, man? What is the fruit of your body? That's your children. Your children gonna be cursed because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You gotta understand that this thing go back 2,000-3,000 years ago. We the children of those people. We the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. We their children. So when you wondering what's going on, open your Bible and learn your history. Open your Bible and go to the so-called Old Testament and learn your history. Learn who you are in these last days, man, so that you can have a fighting chance, man. Don't just be docile and don't read, man. What they said in school, reading is fundamental. Even a white man will tell you reading is fundamental. That's about the only smart damn thing he ever said. Okay? You reading, King?
And the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed thy be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thy be when thou goest out.
Right, so I don't know how many of y'all know about Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. We had our own hospitals and our own jail systems, right? We had our own stores and pharmacies, right? When we had those things, man, what did the white man come do? He bombed us, man. He bombed us like we was a third world country, man. He stole our children. He burnt our houses down. That's what the Bible is telling you when it said, curse shall be the fruit of thy land, man. He destroyed everything and left pebbles, man. He left pebbles behind. Some of them people will never see Tulsa, Oklahoma again, man. Lake Lanier in Georgia, man. That was a thriving black city, man. Now it's up underwater. They let the water in on the city and drained out the whole city, killed all the people. When people go fishing in Lake Lanier, look it up. Lake Lanier, Georgia. Look it up. It's still street signs up under the water with them crackers out there fishing, man. Them people ain't know nothing was coming. They didn't know that they was going to die like that. So next time you start seeing these people, man, you got to understand, you got to get closer with your own, man. Stop trying to infiltrate everything. Don't you know Martin Luther King felt sorry for integrating us with these people? Before he died, he said, I feel like I led my people into a burning house. Because we was doing all right when we was by ourselves, man. When we was segregated, man. When we was out here dealing with each other in righteousness. When we was loving our brothers and sisters, man. We was doing damn good, man. This is when we came together. And they started putting all these all white diner, all white this, all white. Now you got a damn all white party, man. Now a nigga throwing an all white party now. Just don't get it, man. You just don't get it. You're going backwards, man. Get that. Get Isaiah 1-3, man. Because we don't want to know what's going on, and we don't even try to find out what's going on. We worrying about is Tyrone gonna have that barbecue this weekend. Remember Tyrone cooked them ribs the other day? Barbecue sauce. What's that new barbecue sauce Tyrone used? Like a damn fool, man. The heck?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
So an ox is a dumb animal, man. An ox will do whatever the hell you ask him to do. You put a plow behind the ox and slap him on his behind, he gonna walk. So the Lord said the ox knoweth his owner. Read.
And the ass his master's crib.
Now what's the ass? The ass is a donkey. A donkey is another dumb, slow animal. But the Lord said the ox knows his owner and the ass knows his master's crib. You could drop a donkey on Moffett Road and come back down here. That donkey will find you and come all the way back down here and find where you at. So a donkey, so he's comparing an ox and a donkey to his people. Read.
But Israel.
Who?
But Israel.
What nigga?
But Israel.
But the black man.
But Israel. Doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
Right, so we don't know and we don't care. We don't know that we the children of Israel, nor do we care. Nor do we consider. We just want to be damn Keisha and damn Tyrone, man. Instead of being the bloodline of David, man. Instead of being mighty kings and warriors on this earth. Our sisters being mighty princesses on this earth. Walking this earth, man. Mighty. Looking beautiful to the eyes. Dressing in modest apparel. Coming out of them jeans and putting on mighty, beautiful garment dresses, man. putting chains and bracelets on, man, and nose rings and earrings, man. That's the way our women's supposed to look every day, man. Smelling like all kind of good flowers and oils and soaps, frankincense and myrrh. The Most High said instead of all that, you're gonna smell like stink. That's in the Bible. The Most High compares our woman to a ostrich, man. An ostrich will have a child, lay the egg on the ground, and walk right away from it and let something come eat it. That's our women, man, like a damn ostrich, man. My oldest son, mama used to leave my kid everywhere. I come up from work late with my kid at. Oh, he in apartment 222. He in apartment 138. What the hell he doing in there? Where's his mother? So the Most High compared it to an ostrich, man. You know, ostrich got them long eyelashes, bald head at the top, big old butt, big old long foot, stretched out necks. Man, you walk with your neck stretched out. You're snapping your fingers, you're popping your neck at every damn body. The Lord said that that's how an ostrich moves. Now chew on that for a minute. Chew on that right there for a minute, man. Where I had you at, King? Matter of fact, let's jump that. Let's get Maccabees 1 and 37, man. I went on Broad Street the other day, man. I ain't been on Broad Street in so long. I said, damn, this don't even look like the Broad Street I know. And them jokers got plants and new grass, and they done redid the curbs and all that. What does look like this look like downtown, some damn white neighborhood now, man. Cause you done let them come down and gentrify the whole neighborhood now and kick your ass out. They gentrify everything, man. Last time I was here was a white woman painting on the damn side of the road, painting our homeless people out here, man. And when she make $1 million off that picture, she ain't gonna give your black ass nothing for protecting her. Because I told her to go to her own community and paint her own people. Don't paint my people no more. Okay?
It's the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 37. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it. Verse 38. Insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
It was made a habitation of what? Strangers. Right? So Jerusalem, where we from, it was made a habitation of strangers, man. Right? They kicked us out of Judah. We fled into Northwest Africa. Some of us fled into Europe, and that's where we was. We was brought from West Africa over here, and we was also brought from Europe to West Africa to be brought on here on cargo slave ships, man. We the true people that say the Bible, man. We just ain't no niggas out here, man. The so-called white man raped, robbed, and murdered us, even all through the what you would call the Apocrypha. There's 14 books that was taken out of the Bible. We got them right here. So if you want to come down and learn, come down and learn. This ain't no bash my people day. This is the love of my people, man. This is love. Because your pastor ain't finna tell you this. And a lot of y'all know about the Israelites. A lot of y'all know that y'all Israel, but you don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Because when you know that you Israel, there's a thing you got to do. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. When you find out that you Israel, and you believe in your heart according to the Bible, history, and archaeology, that we the true people of the land of Israel, then there's a thing that you have to do. Your pork chop pastor, he's not going to tell you that you have to do anything. He's going to tell you just put on this suit, come to church, eat this goddamn ham hock and these turnip greens, and believe. That's it. He ain't going to tell you, and go to the club and commit fornication. Go to the club and kill your brother for stepping on your damn shoe. But the white man can walk up and shoot your damn grandma in the face. I forgive him. But you won't forgive your own brother for by mistake stepping on your shoes. That's wicked, man. But that's also one of the curses. The curses that we will have an evil eye towards our people. It ain't nobody else that fit that enough. You ever heard of Chinese on Chinese crime? What about white on white crime? Arab on Arab crime? Black on black crime? That's the only one you ever hear about is black on black crime. Don't nobody else fight each other like we do. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Right, so this is what your pastor ain't going to tell you what the Most High requires of you. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
What?
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So to fear the Lord thy God means to keep the commandments. Go ahead.
To walk in all his ways.
To walk in some of his ways.
To walk in all his ways. And to love him.
And to love him. And we just read in 1 John 5 and 3, the love of the Lord is to keep his commandments. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
So your heart in the Bible means your mind. So you must serve the Lord with all your mind
and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Not to just walk around and be nigger.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Go to church on Sunday after leaving the club.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
And that's the commandments. That's the contract that we made with the Lord. We made that contract with him that day to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So let's jump from there. Let's get Proverbs 21 and 1, man. Because we don't know why we go through so much like this. The Most High has a people that's on the earth that's called his sword. That people that the Most High calls his sword, according to the Bible, is the so-called white man. He sent a people that was inferior to us to destroy us in these last days, man. To bring us over on cargo slave ships. Now, we're going to prove that with the Bible. Go ahead, read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right, so the king's heart is in the minds of the Lord. The king is also another word for leader or leadership or ruler, right? So the people that's ruling on us, their heart, their mind is in the hands of the Lord. So the Most High is able to control the minds of our ruler, which is the so-called white man. He has embassies in every nationality on the earth. He is a ruler over us right now. Okay? So the Most High, he uses him as a puppet to whip us back into shape. We just read earlier in the scriptures that the Most High chastises the children of Israel the same way a father chastises his child. He's using the white man to chastise us for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
So every way of a man is right in his own eyes. You know what I'm saying? You sit up and think to yourself, well, you know, I'm finna go out and commit a murder. I'm finna go out and deal with this man's wife. I'm finna have sex with this man's wife, or whatever the case may be. In your mind, that's right. The Lord said every way of a man is right in his own mind. Right? So that means you gotta break free from that, and you gotta move in the spirit of the Lord. Not in the way you want to think, because the Lord said the mind is wicked, man. Right? The mind is wicked, man. And hey, look, 20 or 30 times a day, I'm pretty sure you think something wicked in your mind. So you can't trust in your mind all the time. You got to trust in the ways of the Lord, right? So let's get Luke 21 and 24 real quick, King. Because the Most High chose a people that's beneath us to be rulers over us in these last days and to whip us in shape. The Most High sent them to put us into captivity and slavery. Now, all those other things they did to us, the Most High didn't give them the right to do that, because he's against that. All that butt breaking, raping the men, raping the women, feeding our babies to alligators, getting alligator boots from black children. The Most High didn't tell them to do that. The Most High told them to put us in captivity to whip us back in shape. But he didn't say sodomize us. He didn't say sodomize our children. He didn't say make the son have sex with the mama and put a damn paper bag over both of their heads so that they don't know who's doing it and treat us like cattle and animal and raise us up like damn goats, man, and cows.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And we shall what?
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
So we fell by the sword, and we was led away captive into all nations. It ain't no way you could go on the earth and you ain't gonna find no nigga, man. You could go anywhere in the earth right now, it's a nigga there. You better believe that. You better write that down, take a picture of that. Anywhere you take your behind in this world, you're gonna find one of your own. Because the Most High scattered us into all nations. But what did the Lord just say? He said we will fall by the edge of the sword. Now who is the edge of the sword? It's the so-called white man. Let me get Psalms, we prove that with Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. We're going to walk this thing down. We're going to walk it all the way down. Because we don't want you to believe us. We want you to read this Bible, man. We want to let the words of the Lord be true and every man a lie. You understand? We're not out here for us. Come on, let me get Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. Let me know when you got it. Bring it up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. Which is thy sword? Which is thy sword?
He said, deliver me from the hands of the wicked, which is my sword. Now, who's the wicked according to the Bible? I know you know that. Let's get Job 9 and 24. We're going to prove who the wicked is according to the Bible. We ain't got to lie up here, man. We let the Bible be true. We let the words of the Lord be true. We ain't your Christian pastor, man. We not here to lie to you and lay down with your woman. And we don't want your money. We just want you to listen, that's all. And come back to the truth. Come back to the truth of the Lord.
It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given to who?
The hand of the wicked.
So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. We just proved that. We just showed you that the so-called white man has embassies in every part of the earth, man. These other nations are terrified of the bombs and the nuclear weapons that the so-called white man in America possesses. That's why they call us a virgin, because we never been touched. Every other place on the world have been bombed. This is the only place ain't never been bombed. Because these nations, they don't want to deal with that. You got to understand that. The so-called white man, he rules the world. It ain't just here. He rules the world. Right? But we got next, though. We got next. All right? Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
So how did he cover the faces of the judges? How did he do that? By covering the faces of Jesus Christ. By telling us that he's the so-called white man that looked like John Travolta. By telling us that he looked like Dan MacGyver, man. By telling us that the so-called white man from Poland, Germany, Ukraine, and all those other Czechostan and all those other Edomite countries is the true Jews of the Bible. He covered up the judges, the faces of the judges thereof. Right? Telling us that Moses was the white man. Telling us that Abraham was the white man. There wasn't no white man in that part of the world. But they'll sit there and tell you these things, man, and make us seem like we ain't nothing, and exhort them and make them seem like they always been something. The Most High said they was nothing and they always been nothing. Pursuant to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 54 on down, man. They've always been exalted as nothing. But now their job is to make us think that we're nothing. Right? You read, King?
If not, where and who is he?
Right, because if it ain't the white man, then who the hell is it that's ruling the earth? The Lord just asked the facetious question. Well, if it ain't him, then who is it then? Let's overprove that. Let's get Malachi 1 and 4. We finna show you that the wicked that the Most High is using as his sword is the so-called white man, man. We gonna prove it. Let's get Malachi 1 and 4. There's ain't no Rudy Pools out here, man. We men of the Lord, man. True men of the Lord. We keep the law, statutes, and commandments to our best, to the best of our ability, man. Until the second coming of a Mashiach Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. There was no J in the Hebrew. Read.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith.
Whereas who?
Whereas Edom saith.
So Edom means red. Edom means wasted away. Esau means wasted away. In the Hebrew, it will be Aishashua. Aishashua means wasted away. That means they don't have any melanin. The only people that walk this earth that ain't got no melanin is the so-called white man. But in the Bible, the Most High calls him Esau. He's red and he has no melanin. Down here, what we call white folks, rednecks, right? Okay? You can't get around it, man. Right? So we're going to prove that he is the sword that the Most High used against his people. Go ahead.
We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Right, because they was impoverished for a time. They was in the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia, man. Scratching their goddamn ass and biting each other. And damn scratching fleas, man. And crawling down in caves like damn cave people. Okay? They was impoverished for a time, but they said in the Bible that we are impoverished, but we will return and we will build a waste city. Because we ran them back into the Caucasus Mountains before that they was in Europe. Well, we ran them into the Caucasus Mountains during the Dark Ages where we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Look that up in your history. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build.
The Lord said what?
They shall build, but I will throw down.
But the Lord said he going to do what?
But I will throw down.
Now tell me that ain't a black person right there. The Most High said they will build, but I will throw down. Okay? Hey, that's in the Bible, man. All these things is in the Bible, y'all. You understand? Now let's overprove that. Let's go ahead to the main curse that the Most High put on this because of breaking that blood contract. Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Ready? Bring it up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, so the Most High said that we would go into Egypt again. Now, when we left out of Egypt the first time, did we ever go back into Egypt?
Nah.
We never went back into Egypt. But the Most High said that he was going to bring us into Egypt again. That's a spiritual Egypt. That's another place that he's going to bring us back. If you look on the back of your dollar bill, you'll see a pyramid, and then you'll see a bird. Now that pyramid represents our first captivity, which was Egypt, our first major captivity. And our second major captivity was the United States. The so-called white man put that money in your hand and laugh in your damn face all day because you don't know what the hell it means. He put that in there to mock you because you got to use their money to go buy stuff. Your face ain't on the money. It's their face on the money. And they showing you in the back of that dollar bill that they had you in captivity in Egypt, and now they got you in captivity in the United States. That's what they showing. You can't get around it, right? Right? So give me Exodus 20 and 2. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Right, so bondage means slavery. Right, so the Most High said that he's going to bring you out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, right? But he just said, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that he was going to bring us into Egypt again. Now that's just a play on words. That's how you play on spirits, right? Because if you just got robbed on Michael Donald Boulevard, right? And that was the worst day of your life when you got robbed and you had a gun put to your head. And then somebody come to you and say, all right now, you don't keep my commandments. I'm gonna take you back to Michael Donald Boulevard. That represents the same thing. It represents he gonna do it again, but he gonna give you the same fear that you felt from Michael Donald Boulevard when you got robbed. So the Most High is using that same terminology when he says he's gonna bring you back into Egypt again. Not the physical Egypt, but he's gonna put you in that same situation, that same slavery, right? that brick and mortar, right? Can you read?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
No, read 28:60.
Are you back on Deuteronomy?
No.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 6, and we're going to finish that out. I just want to bring Exodus 20 and 2 out to let y'all know what he meant when he said Egypt. Okay?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 6 to 8. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with chips.
With what?
With chip.
On the boat.
With chip.
On the plane.
With chip.
You're going to walk.
With chips. By the way whereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right? So the Most High said that he was going to bring us back into Egypt. And so now we know that Egypt represents slavery, right? So he said he's going to bring us back to Egypt again. But this time he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Now who's the only nation in the world to go into slavery on cargo slave ships? You so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. You went into slavery on cargo slave ships, man. That's in the Bible. Read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. That is in the Bible. It was prophesied 3,000 years ago that we would go into captivity on cargo slave ships, right? You reading?
Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemy.
You shall be sold into who? Because the Most High said that we will be sitting in captivity on cargo slave ships, and there, that place where we got sold to, shipped to, we will be sold unto our enemies. Now, who sold us when we came off those cargo slave ships? Was it another black man that sold us? No, it was the so-called white man. So when you hear me say stuff like that, don't take it up with me, take it up with the Lord. Because the Most High said that they would sell us over as bondmen and bondwomen. I didn't say, dog, Lamech ain't say nothing. That was the Lord Yhwh by Shem Yahweh Shai. You reading?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you.
No man shall what?
And no man shall buy you.
In the Bible, buy means purchase. Right? When we were slaves, someone could come and purchase us out of slavery and make us free. The Most High said that no man is going to buy us out of this slavery. No man is going to buy us out of this captivity. Martin Luther King ain't going to buy us out of this captivity. Malcolm X ain't going to buy us out of this captivity. Hell, Kanye West ain't going to buy us out of this captivity. Okay? The Lord said no man is going to purchase us out of this captivity. The only man that's going to save us from the situation we in is the Most High God himself and his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. He's going to make his return to redeem his people out of this slavery. We still in captivity right now, brothers and sisters. Stop acting like y'all free, because you're not free. All right? Now let's get Deuteronomy 5 and 6 real quick. We still talking about this blood contract, man. This is what was going to happen to us because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You got it?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
From the house of what?
From the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Right. So the Most High said he brought us out. I just wanted to just get another precept on the fact that the Most High said he would bring us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, which means slavery, right? So let's do one more. Let's do Judith 5 and 11. We're gonna hold it. The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 11. Baba Kashaw. Right? So us coming over here to Mobile, Alabama on a Clotilda down there at what is it? Plateau. Right? The Africa Town Bridge over at Plateau. the Clotilda, that's spoken about in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. Go ahead.
It's the book of Jude, chapter 5, verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtilly with them.
Right, so the king of Egypt rose up, the new king rose up and dealt subtly against Joseph and the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And brought them low with laboring in brick and made them slaves.
Made them what?
And made them slaves.
So now, that bondage means slavery. So I just wanted to prove that real quick. So let's go ahead and go to Genesis 4 and verse 26 Galatians 4 and 26. Because the scripture said that we wouldn't see our homeland again.
Right.
Salaki. This might keep going in and out. Right, so the scripture says that we wouldn't see our homeland again. Our homeland is not Africa. Right, we're not Hamites, we Shemitic people. We're from what they call now the Middle East, which the Middle East is not even a thing. They just named that the Middle East after the Balfour Declaration, where they sent all them Germans and Polish into our land to claim our identity. Okay? So that land is really considered North Africa. That's all it is. So that's where we're from. We're from the northernest part of Africa, which is Jerusalem, which is the land of Judah, which is the land of Israel. That's where we're from. We're not from down there. We wasn't swinging from trees like no monkeys, as the so-called white man would have us to believe. We always been a resilient and kingly people. You understand? Read.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem, which above is free, which is the mother of us all.
Which is the mother of who?
Which is the mother of us all.
Right, so Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Not no damn Africa, man. Stop calling Africa the motherland. Our motherland is Jerusalem, man. We God's people. We ain't no nasty booty scratching Africans, man. Okay? Scratching damn tits. Okay? Come on with it now. Let's get the book of Nahum chapter 3 and 10. We're going to get ready to start winding down. The book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 10. Got it? Bring it out.
This is the book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 10. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity.
She did what?
She went into captivity.
Now who is that she? Now who is that she that he's talking about? She went into captivity. That she represents the children of Israel. Right? Let me get that in Jeremiah 6 and 2 real quick. Jeremiah 6 and 2. That she was the children of Israel, right? Right?
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
So what?
A comely and delicate woman.
Right, so the Most High looks at his people as a comely and delicate woman, man. We are through the spirit, the wife of the Most High. You understand? But we kept going into whoredom. We kept dealing with other gods and dealing with other people. Talking about we representing Buddha. One day now we Buddha. Then the next day we Muslim. You know what I'm saying? We represent Kaaba stone. Then the next day we Kemet. We all these different religions. We everything except for a child of God, man. I know you heard Grandma say he called me everything except for a child of God. That's in the Bible, man. We are the children of God, man. We ain't no damn Kemet. We don't know nothing about Buddha.
Yeah, we don't know anything about this. Shalom. Oh, that thing died. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right? So go ahead and read. You're going to read it. All right. Go to Nahum 3 and 11. Right, so they called us everything except for a child of God, man. They called us everything except for the children of Israel. We God's chosen people according to the Bible, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Thou also shalt be drunken, and thou shalt be hid.
Uh-huh.
Thou also shalt seek strength because of thy enemy.
Uh-huh.
Verse 12. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees which first strike big.
That's right.
If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater.
Right. So who's the eater, man? The eater is these other nations, these so-called white men, these other nationalities, man. We will be shaken and eaten by these people, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll be put to death, man. We'll be around here getting shot down dead in the street, man. And we don't give a damn about no damn Jakes coming out here looking around, man. But we the chosen people of the Most High. We're down right here tonight. We don't know about none of that. We already made our choice. We God's chosen people according to the Bible. You get it how you live, it don't even make no difference to me. You understand? So let's go ahead and let's keep on reading real quick, King.
Chapter 14. Draw thee waters from the sea. Forfeit thy strongholds, go into clay. And tread thy mortar. Make strong the prickling.
Right.
Verse 15. There shall the fire devour thee. The sword shall cut thee off.
Right, so who's the sword? The sword is going to cut us off. There, in this captivity that we in, it says that the fire is going to consume us, man. Right, it says that the sword of the Most High, which we just proved in the book of Job 9:24, Malachi 1:4, and a plethora of the precepts, is the so-called white man according to the Bible. Right? So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God. In the name of his only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly called Jesus the Christ. If you learn anything today, then we've done our job. I'm Brother Lamech.
Brother Gaboya Allah.
And we are the servants of Assembly of Alabama, and we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.